All right. Clutch Gaming. Cut Piglet.
Okay. Who are the two most volatile players in the LCS?
Hooney and Piglet.
What happens when you put two highly volatile players on the same team?
Sometimes they smash, sometimes they get smashed.
And sometimes you end up 8th place.
For real, cut Piglet. Cody's son's better.
I think Cody's son's at least more consistent. And if you have somebody who's more consistent, you can play around that. It's like, okay, he's not how we win games. You don't play to the win condition of bot lane anymore. That's it. That's the answer to that question.
Cody's son can carry. I mean, he did it on 100 Thieves last year.
Yes, he was carrying on 100 Thieves, but I feel like he was doing consistent things on 100 Thieves last year. But I don't...
No, I agree with you, but I'm saying, like, he's better than Piglet. Put him in.
I don't know if he has higher highs than Piglet, even to be honest. But I also feel like
he doesn't have lower lows.
You're right, but I don't feel like Piglet's attitude and like perspective on the game is right. There was an interview earlier in the year where Piglet had to have a translator come on stage to translate for him. He has been here since 2013. I'm sorry. He won Worlds in 2013. He's been here since, I think, 2014 or 2015. He's been here for 4 or 5 years. He's not confident enough to stand on stage and have an interview in English, which makes me think he isn't taking his job as a player in NA seriously. Which is part of, like, the thing with all the residents that they want to encourage is becoming a part of the NA culture and not just coming here to make money.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. For me, I really think it's about... I feel like maybe keep Hooney. I don't know, but, like, Damonte's fine. Vulcan's not bad. Lyra's fine, but I think fucking... I don't know.
I don't feel like Lyra's all that strong compared to a lot of
He's not the reason they're losing, and I think you gotta start small with these things.
I definitely think Piglet needs to have something figured out with him, because I can't see him being in the LCS. There's so many good AD carries in the LCS. Bang is in the LCS, and he's only 1 spot below Piglet.
What? There are 10 teams.
I'm sorry. I think CG's 9th.
Okay. You said 8 before. I was like...
I did.
I was like, that's not how math works, boy. Like...
I don't know. But I feel like Damonte looks good. And
Damonte looks fine.
He was competing at the beginning of the season, but he was falling off later. But I don't know if him competing at the beginning of the split was because people haven't figured him out, or like I like it's hard to put my finger on that without having like intimate knowledge with the team. So, but like you have to go in Bjergsen, Jensen, POE. Like, you're not beating these guys. You're gonna go even with them if you're lucky. That's why they're all over him.
That's a lot of luck.
Yeah, it's a lot of luck. Oh yeah, and there's Crown here too, another world champion that this team has to compete with, and it's just like, why? You can't win with this roster, and you got to start making more changes earlier in the split. And I get it, the whole like this is technically halfway through the season, but you didn't make playoffs. How the fuck are you gonna make Worlds? You gonna finish first? You gonna hope you get lucky in the gauntlet?
Like, you're not gonna finish first.
Like, this team doesn't
Maybe they finish first if they full roster swap with TL.
What is it? We are changing brands, everybody. We are simply changing our names. But like I don't. This is what everyone should be doing. They should be playing for a world spot. Honestly, I don't care if you're playing to win the split. You need to be playing to compete for these spots at Worlds. And I don't see how CG does
on
this.
An international, not just get to Worlds, but be competitive on an international stage.
No, I mean bare minimum for the bottom 10th place team in the NALCS, their goal should be to get a World slot and get to Worlds, bare minimum. And I just don't see how you can think that being this low for this long means that you can just do that. Like they started off pretty hot, if I remember. I think they had a 4-0 start, but then they dive bombed because they have Hooney and Piglet. And they burned everything the first 2 weeks.
They do have Hooney and Piglet.
So our diagnosis, if you have a case of pigletitis or swine flu,
cut that shit.
And you need to get rid of it.
Benched.
That'll do it for week 9 and our playoff preview here on the Legendary League of Legends podcast. Be sure to catch us every week on Wednesday nights at twitch.tv 7 Eastern at twitch.tv/NizzyTV2K11. Hope to see you there. You can catch the VODs on my YouTube channel and some of the highlights.